morning and welcome to or back to my channel. As I get ready for the day, I'm going to talk a little bit about my progress with my new productive routine, how it's going, some things that I've learned along the way, some mindset tips in general for all of you who may be watching and feel inspired to do something similar. And I'll also talk a little bit about my makeup routine. I finally started using a primer. I used to never use one. I use this Skin Glaze primer. It's really affordable and it's pretty good. So I needed something super hydrating that makes my makeup more like glowy, and I really like it. It feels really good on the skin, not too thick or heavy, but I feel like it really gives a nice base. Then for foundation, I use this Maybelline foundation, the Fit Me foundation in the Luminous and Smooth, so that's for people with dry skin like me. And it also has SPF in it. I'm using the shade 118, which is a tad dark, like not exactly a perfect color match right now because I'm pale and like the sun has not come out in a long time, so it's a little bit darker than it should be, but it's fine because soon hopefully spring will come and I'll get outside more. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about these past few weeks. I've basically been doing my new routine for I guess a month, maybe a little over a month now, and I'm really happy with the progress that I've been seeing. I feel like I've been consistently motivated. I realized actually last night, I was thinking about it, I haven't had a single day where I've ended up on the couch for most of the day watching TikToks or YouTube videos and just procrastinating or being not productive, which is crazy because that used to happen at least like once or twice a week. Mondays usually were really hard for me to transition back into the work week, and that has not happened. I haven't had one of those days where I feel really bad because I feel like I got nothing done because I just spent most of the day on social media or doing things that weren't necessary. And I guess I didn't realize it until now, and it just makes me super happy because, like I said, that used to be something that was like a regular occurrence. So yeah, it's like I don't even realize the ways that I'm getting better and improving my routine. Then for eyeshadow, I just use this little Tarte palette, bronzy brown colors that I feel like look good with blue eyes. I just use one for a little bit of color all over my eyelid. But yeah, I feel like I've been able to incorporate consistently some new things into my routine. For example, meditating. I've been really good at doing that every morning, maybe like at least 5 times a week, maybe not every single morning, because sometimes on the weekends I kind of forget, or I have plans with people or things to do, so I might not remember to do it. But during the week I've gotten really good at waking up and just immediately doing it while I'm still in bed, which helps me get ready for the day, start the day with a positive mindset. I've been consistently going to the gym more, just feeling overall much more energized and productive and not feeling burnt out or anything. Then for mascara, I use this one, and I guess this is probably the most expensive makeup item I have because I usually don't buy Lancome, or however you say this, Lancome, I don't know. But my friend, she brought me a sample of this mascara one time, so I tried it for free because usually I wouldn't spend, like, this is almost like $30 or €30, and I loved it because previously I was just using Maybelline and stuff, which is fine, but I really loved this, and so I got it in brown because I've really been into brown mascara. I just feel like it looks better for my lighter features because sometimes black eyeliner and mascara is just too harsh for my face, so this dark brown is my favorite. So I think I found this on sale for like €22, so highly recommend this mascara. I learned some things about mindset and motivation that I wanted to share because I feel like it really helped me. When it comes to motivation, I learned that taking action creates momentum, meaning I used to wait around until I would feel motivated. I remember, especially with working out, I wasn't consistent because some days when I really just didn't feel like it, or some days like today when it's super rainy and gray and I feel just tired, don't want to do anything, I wouldn't work out because I'm like, well, I don't feel motivated. Then that would happen for a few days in a row and I was like, where's my motivation? But it's not something that just comes randomly. You have to do an action to start that momentum. Because I realized for me, once I started working out even when I didn't feel like it. If I'm sick or like I'm really not feeling good, I won't push myself. But if it's just like, I don't feel like it, I still try to push myself to get up and do it, at least something, even something easy. And that helped me create the momentum to then do some activity the next day and the next day. And so now I'm more consistent because since I started, the momentum just kind of follows. I continue to want to go to the gym or want to do a yoga workout, Pilates, some way of moving my body. I had to start that momentum, that domino effect. I also decided to stop setting goals every day, meaning I don't have a goal that I'm like, I need to do this every single day. Even things like getting 10,000 steps, I don't tell myself that I need to do that every single day because some days it's just not possible. Or some days I do a really hard leg workout in the gym and I feel super exhausted. I got a really good workout in and I didn't get 10,000 steps that day because I didn't also do a long walk because my body is just so tired. So for me, it's not important to get that exact number of steps every day. Also, because if you have this goal to do something every single day, you do it for, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 days in a row, and then the day after you don't, you feel like you failed because you feel like, oh, I'm supposed to do this every single day, and then I missed this one day, so now I have to restart. I'm terrible. I should have kept going, and all my progress is lost. That's not true. Even if you did it for 5 days in a row, and in the past you've never done that, that should still be a success because you did it for those many days. And I feel like trying to set goals that you have to do this every day is just too stressful and there's just too much pressure on yourself, and for what? Also, I realize just taking each day as a new day, taking one day at a time has really helped me instead of thinking, okay, this whole week I have to do this, and every day I have to do this. Some days I might not feel as motivated as another day. Maybe one day I had this great day where I did meditating, studying Italian, reading my book, getting all my steps in, doing yoga, like doing a ton of stuff. I had like a super great day. Maybe the next day I do half of those things, but it's fine because each day is a new day. If I had one of those days where I didn't get every single thing done, tomorrow's a new day. I don't have to dwell on the day before, and I don't have to think about the future because I don't have to worry about, oh God, today was a good day, but what about tomorrow if I don't feel the same motivation? Every day is its own day, and I try to just focus on what I can get done this day. Don't worry about tomorrow, don't worry about yesterday. This is Rimmel bronzer, you can't really see because it's like come off but at this point, but it's in the shade 2 called Sun Bronze. I mean, it's better in the summer because using bronzer right now and I'm pale, I feel like it looks kind of weird, but just to kind of do a little bit of contour / definition because my face is kind of round, so if I don't put anything on it, it just looks like, I don't know. So I just put a little bit of this on, just for a little color. And then another tip is if you have something that you do want to try to do every day, again, you don't have to stress yourself out if you don't get it done every single day, but if there's something you'd like to incorporate into your routine, basically, I recommend finding a time of day that feels natural to do it. So for me, meditating is something that I realize works so well in my routine if I do it right when I get up. Before I get out of bed, before I start the day, I just grab my phone, go to Spotify to do a meditation, and that's how I get it done. It just works really well in my routine that way, because some days if I wake up and I don't do it, and I say, okay, maybe I'll do it this afternoon, maybe I'll do it around my lunch break, usually it doesn't happen. So I realized, oh, okay, for me, the morning time is the best time to do meditation. For me, if I want to do my gua sha like I did in the beginning of this video, do it in the morning before I get my day started, before I put on my makeup, whatever, that's the best time for me. So if there's something you want to incorporate into your routine, find what time of day usually it works well into your schedule and try to commit to that. It's easier to build things into your routine if you do it around the same time each day. Sometimes I do a little bit of blush. I think I might do a little bit today, but I don't really need to. Usually I prefer to use this e.l.f. liquid camo blush or whatever it's called. This one is in the color Pinky Promise. It's super pink, so I prefer it in the summer. It looks really cute. I feel like liquid blush in the summer, I don't know, it just looks, everything is better in the summer when I'm like more tan and just, so I've been using this blush forever. Complex Culture, and I'm sad because it's pretty much broken now, but it was like this really pretty shimmery kind of like peachy blush that I really liked. So I'll just do a little bit. Yeah, I've never heard of this brand, so I don't know if they're around. Finally, I just find ways that I can set myself up for success. And I feel like this is another thing I've been doing a really good job with. For example, before I go to bed, just making sure my kitchen is clean so the next day I can wake up and already have it clean. I don't have to waste time in the morning cleaning up all the dishes from the night before. I also just love waking up and walking out to a kitchen that's already clean. I can start my day, I feel, already in a good headspace. Sunday is a good reset day for me, so I have my to-do list / weekly planner on Notion. I like to plan out everything like my meals, the workouts I want to do, everything that I have for that week so I can just be ready for the week ahead. So basically just find ways that you can set yourself up for success. Do things that will make sure that you don't feel off track throughout the week. Those are some things about motivation and mindset that I've learned throughout these past few weeks, so hopefully those tips help you. For now, it's about 9:15. I already have my coffee, but I want to go try this little bakery slash cafe. I'm gonna go run some errands. I just have to get some things at DM. Yeah, I really like that store, and so I'm gonna go just get a few things. But near it is this bakery that I want to try, because last night I had the idea of trying a new cafe, because I just feel like sometimes I don't go out and enjoy all these wonderful bakeries here. I mean, I live in Italy and I feel like I need to take advantage of that kind of stuff. Trying to like re-romanticize my life here because I've just gotten so used to it. I still want to try to find ways to make it special and take you guys along, and then come back, do some work. I have an exciting meeting later today that I'll tell you about later. And then I have to get some things at the grocery store because tonight my friends and I have a little girls' night. We're gonna start watching the new season of Love is Blind together. So I'm just gonna take you along for this exciting little day. Yeah, let's get going. I just got back and that was actually such a nice little outing. I really liked getting out first thing in the morning. It was nice to get a little walk. And also I actually really like when it's raining sometimes because there's not a lot of people out and the city, I don't know, I feel like it looks really pretty in the rain. And yeah, it was just kind of nice to get out in the morning. I went to DM just for a few things, but of course I got more than I planned because that always happens when I go to DM. It's kind of like Target for me. Like you go with a list in mind of things you need to get, but you always end up with more. First, I got some of these press-on nails, which you know that I'm obsessed with these, especially this brand. I usually order them in the US when I'm home because previously I wasn't able to find a lot of options of these here in Italy, but DM has, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 different options slash colors. So that's where I found the most options here. But in the US, if you go to Target or Walmart or CVS, they have like a million. So I was really happy to find these. I originally just wanted to get a short pair like this. Not necessarily this color, I kind of wanted pink or something, but this is fine. But then I also saw these, which are kind of like a medium length and more of an almond shape, which I prefer. And I've actually worn these before because my friend got them for me once before, so I know that I like this color and this shape, and they were really cheap. They were on sale for €6, both of these, so that's a pretty good price because usually in the US they cost about $9. So then I got this almond milk because it's kind of a long story, but I've been trying to experiment with seeing if I have any like food intolerance issues, and I've been debating on trying like a low histamine diet because there are just some things that I feel like maybe I have some intolerance to certain foods that I don't even realize, but I don't really know where to start with that or like how to do certain tests or something. But anyways, I've been trying to have a little bit less dairy, just a little. Obviously I love cheese too much and all that other stuff, but I found this almond milk, and the reason I really like it is because it doesn't have any crap in it. Like it's literally, the ingredients are water, almonds, and then a little bit of sea salt. So a lot of other alternative milks have like xanthan gum or a bunch of different gums or sugars or preservative stuff, but this brand in particular is super clean and I actually like it. I mean, of course the flavor is different from normal milk. I like it, and sometimes it's hard to find, but DM usually has it, so I got that. And I got this salicylic acid. Salicylic, I never know how to say this word. I think it's salicylic because I heard that this is good for people with keratosis pilaris like me. KP squad. Usually in the winter mine gets really bad and it makes me feel really bad about myself, but I haven't really been doing anything to try and treat it. So I'm gonna try this body wash and then try to get a moisturizer that's more intensely moisturizing, because I feel like the moisturizers I have just don't do anything. Like my skin is so dry that any sort of moisturizer, it just immediately soaks it up. So sometimes I've tried just straight coconut oil because that seems to be, like certain oils seem to be the only thing that actually really moisturize my skin. So I am on the hunt for a moisturizer that's like thick and super hydrating. I didn't really need this, but I always like to have some. I got this sheet mask, which I actually used one. I used my last one last night, so I just always like to have them on hand because sometimes at the end of the day, doing a sheet mask is just so relaxing. Like yesterday I got back from the gym, I showered and I did a sheet mask. It's so relaxing. So that's what I got, and the total came out to, can't see, $26.84. So for all that stuff, honestly, pretty good. DM usually is pretty affordable. Now it is 10:30, so I'm gonna do some work. I really don't have too much to do. I'm gonna do some work, then I have my meeting at 1. I did want to do yoga today, so I'm trying to decide if I want to do that before or after my meeting. I think probably after. But anyways, I'm gonna do some work and I will check in with you all later. Oh my gosh. So I just got off a meeting. That's so crazy. Like I can't, I'm always kind of skeptical to get excited about things because I don't know. I feel like my brain always goes to the worst possible case scenario or like it can't be true. But basically, okay, so I just got off this call with this company that organizes group trips, and they reached out to me to see if I would be interested in organizing a group trip, meaning you guys who watch me, we could all go on a trip together and basically everything would be covered. Like it would just be one fee with everything included, like hotel, the activities, transportation, food, all this kind of stuff. And it would be a small group, 6 to 8 people maybe. Usually travel solo because I can't find people who will commit to going with me. I just feel like to organize a group trip, that would just be so exciting. I was talking with one of the representatives and he was asking where I potentially want to go, and I feel like my mind immediately always goes to, oh, like somewhere in Europe, but I said, honestly, like South America to Costa Rica would be really cool. I went when I was young, but going back there would be really cool, or somewhere in South America because I haven't spent a lot of time there. And then also he said trips to Thailand were really popular, so I said Thailand. I think those places kind of scare me to go on my own because I have no idea where I would start planning that kind of stuff. They help coordinate everything. And so next week I have a meeting with someone else to go over like brainstorming trip ideas and stuff like that. And I like still can't, don't feel like this is real. And who knows if I'll be able to plan everything, because this year my schedule will be kind of crazy just with having to get a new visa. So I really don't know when I could fit a trip in, but I can decide how long I want the trip to be. I still feel a little like I literally just got off the meeting a few minutes ago. So I'm still super energized from that meeting, but I think it's also one of those things where I'm like, this sounds too good to be true. I don't know. Sometimes when things happen where I'm like, oh no, this only happens with really big content creators, or this only happens to people who are way more successful than me. Sometimes I have to remind myself, I am one of those people. I put in a lot of hard work. So having an opportunity like this, I deserve it. You know, like I should recognize how much I've done. So anyways, just putting that out there, that maybe later this year, I'll be organizing a group trip, but that's a maybe. Nothing is set in stone. We'll see. But if you've ever thought, oh wow, it would be so cool to travel with Shea, maybe you'd get the chance. And that'd be so fun, because then also I could meet some of you guys and we could all travel together and just have like a fun group of people traveling together. Like it's such a cool idea. I didn't realize that there were companies out there that organize stuff like this, but okay, I need to calm down. I was gonna do yoga right after this, but I like can't. My mind is like thinking about all these possibilities, so I'm gonna take a second to chill. Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed right now. got back from the grocery store. My hair is like soaking wet because it was raining so much harder than this morning. I just went to Aldi and I was like, okay, let me just go run over and get some stuff. I usually don't like doing self-checkout there. I don't know, it's like very chaotic and it's such a small space and I usually don't like it, but I was like, I only have a few things, so I'll just do self-checkout. But I forgot that sometimes when you do self-checkout and you buy alcohol, they have to check. So I bought this bottle of wine. I have my stuff all in the checkout, and when I go to check out, there's this little window that pops up and it says like basically wait for someone to approve. And as I'm reading it, the security guy comes up from behind me, and so I'm like, oh, hello. And he just stares at me. And from that point, I'm already like, please, like, use your words, you know, because already I am so anxious about everything. And so when I'm like, oh God, did I do something wrong, you know? And then so you just have this big scary security guard who's staring at me. Yes, what's the problem? And so I said to him, oh, forse per il vino, like, you need to check for the wine. And he points to it and he goes, vino. Did I not say that word right? You know, because for me, I'm like, what are you saying right now? And he taps on the screen and it shows the dates, I guess, like, you know, basically make sure this person is before this date or whatever. And I look at him and I'm like, what? And he looks at me and I said to him, I was like, I'm 28 years old. And he's like, what? And I say it again and he goes, no. Angry. Like, I've had this happen before where some guy also at a self-checkout, like the guy working there was joking with me like, oh, are you 18? Because here, you know, you can drink at 18, not 21 like in the US. And I knew he was joking, so I was like, oh, haha, yeah, because at that point I was like 26. So that is still annoying, but it's fine because I knew he was joking. This guy seemed genuinely mad. He paused and I almost offered, do you want to see my passport or something? Like, he seemed mad. He was like, you know, don't joke or don't lie. Sir, what? Like, do I really? I mean, I know I looked a little disheveled, but I had my boots on, so I was even taller. I'm normally 5'10". I was probably more like 5'11" with my high-heeled boots on. I feel like I look like an adult, at least 18. And then he's muttering to himself, maybe like 18, maybe 19 at most, maybe 19. He seemed really mad at me. And then so I got pissed off because I was like, what the hell? Let me just buy my wine. And he could not believe that I was 28. He thought I was lying to him. Also, why would I choose 28? You know, like, if I really was that young, why would I choose an age that's so much older? For me, there's a certain point, you know, when I first turned 21, and sometimes buying alcohol in the US, they ask us your ID, it's still, oh, haha, yeah, I'm finally 21, or maybe even 22, 23, like, yeah, I'm 21. After a certain point, like this year I'll be 29, after a certain point, it's not funny anymore. I don't think it's funny. I don't want to look like an 18-year-old. Like, I know people say I have a baby face or a young face, and maybe I shouldn't get this mad about it, but I feel like it's another insecurity of mine that I see some of these girls who look so mature and older, and I feel like I still do look pretty young, but 18, really? And I mean, if he was joking, he needs to work on his delivery a little bit better because he literally seemed mad at me. So I will never be doing self-checkout at Aldi ever again. But I'm just like shocked by the interaction and also really pissed off because how long am I gonna get that joke, or even if it's not a joke? 18, I'm gonna be 29. And I know people are like, oh no, it's good because then when you're older and you'll look younger, like you'll appreciate it. Anyways, let's go over what I got from Aldi. So obviously we got this wine. I got this for girls' night tonight. I've had this before. I really like ribolla gialla. Some prosciutto because I already have some salami and cheese that I bought the other day, but I feel like I need to get a little bit more for girls' night. Salmon, you know me, I always have salmon. I think I'll probably make that for lunch or dinner tomorrow. What's this? Oh, some ground beef. I want to make beef enchiladas Friday. I don't remember when I have that planned, but yeah, I needed to get some ground beef, and I usually try to get most of my stuff at Aldi because the prices are way cheaper. So even if I like freeze meat or something, I usually try to get it when I go to Aldi. Some strawberries, and they were super overpriced because they're not really in season. And these are huge, but I hope that they're good, but also for girls' night because I feel like I need to contribute more. Hand soap refill because I just have the dispenser in the bathroom that I need to refill. Cheddar cheese for the enchiladas because I want to put some cheddar cheese on top, and Aldi's like the only place you can get a block of cheddar cheese. So all of that cost $25.33, and literally the most expensive thing was the ground beef. The ground beef was more expensive than the wine. Oh, the ground beef and the salmon were the same price, $4.99, which is still a really good price. This wine is literally €3 and it's so good. I saw someone talking the other day on TikTok about a wine that I really like, Vermentino. It's from Sardinia, and it's literally the exact brand that I buy here. And she was like, this wine is so good and it's under $25. It's around like 22, 23. And I was like, because here I buy that same exact wine for €6. Because I mean, it comes from Italy, so of course. But that's why this, you would think, oh God, a €3 bottle of wine is probably terrible. No. This in the US, I don't know, I'm curious to see what it would cost in the US if they import it to the US, because the wine here is so cheap. It's so true. You know, you hear people saying like, oh, wine in Italy is so cheap, and maybe you just think it's one of those rumors, like something that's not true, but it is. You go to the grocery store and you can easily get very high quality wine for so cheap. Yoga today was interesting. I really struggled today. I'm doing a 7-day yoga challenge. Yoga is something that I've always wanted to be better at. I have never ever been a flexible person, and I really wish that I was. Some poses for me are just so difficult, and it's so frustrating because I feel so locked. I can't move, and it's so frustrating because there are some poses where, you know how some of them you can kind of like lean a little bit more if you like do a deep breath, lean a little bit more. Some poses I just can't. I know I shouldn't be frustrated about yoga because the whole point is to be where you're at, and wherever you're at is good. And with time you'll get better. I just feel like I've never gotten better. Like even times where I have tried to do yoga regularly, I never see improvement. I think it's something that obviously takes a long time, and probably like me doing 30 minutes a day is gonna take forever to see any sort of progress. I think also I should do better at choosing videos that are better for my level. This one was a little too above my, There were some poses that she did, I was like, there's no way. I'm just making a little Greek yogurt bowl with this Greek yogurt, peanut butter, and honey. I'm gonna enjoy this little Greek yogurt bowl, and I saw some work emails come in, so I have to do some of that and then just get ready for girls' night. I'm so excited. Got back from girls' night at my friend's apartment, and it was super fun, of course. I never really take too many videos because I just want to be in the moment, enjoying my conversation with my friends. I also really don't want to film them. I feel like that's weird. But we just kind of had some snacks, some appetizers. We made little bruschetta things with like ricotta and whatever we wanted to put on top of it, so it was really good. And then we watched the first episode of the new season of Love is Blind, which was really good actually. For a first episode, I feel like this one was really good. Some interesting characters, so I'm excited to watch the next one for our next girls' night. That's what we do. We watch episodes together. It's always fun to watch reality shows like that with other people. So I'm going to take off my makeup, do my nighttime skincare, and show you what I'm doing. I just use this micellar water. Can't really see anything right now. I hope this is in focus. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see anything. But yeah, I just use micellar water to get all the makeup off first. I know I've said this before, but finding a solid group of friends when you live abroad is so important, because that's what really makes me feel like this is home. Building that foundation of people is really important. And for me, I'm a person who loves to have my group of girlfriends. I know some girls love to have guy friends. That's never been me. I don't like it. I've never had close guy friends. I don't relate to them. But having a solid group of girlfriends is just the best thing ever. And especially watching these fun shows together, you all vibe, you all are on like the same wavelength. I don't know, it's just like the best feeling. I just love, girls are just the best, you know? Then to cleanse after my micellar water, I use this cleanser. It's the CeraVe. I don't know how to say this brand. CeraVe? I used to say CeraVe. I think it's CeraVe. It is the, I don't know, this is in German and then in French. Where's the English? I don't see any English. Oh, there's Italian. Yeah, I guess it just says like hydrating cleanser for normal to dry skin. I'm gonna use this serum that has hyaluronic acid in it, and you should have slightly damp skin when you use a serum like this. I'm using this e.l.f. Holy Hydration Serum, which I honestly didn't know that e.l.f. had skincare until like last week when I ordered this online. I also have, I'll show you later, I have their lip mask because I used to have the Laneige. I cannot pronounce skincare brands apparently. Laneige. lip mask that I got as like a little sample, a tiny little sample for something else. And I really liked it to put on at night because I just feel like everything's dry, my skin, my lips, whatever. But I didn't really want to buy a full-size one when I finished that little sample. So I kind of was looking up dupes and people said that this e.l.f. Holy Hydration lip mask was pretty good. And actually I do really like it. It feels very moisturizing and I just slather on a bunch before I go to bed. And I feel like it does a good job. I just use this moisturizer again from this brand. Nothing special. I've used this for the longest time. I would like to get maybe a thicker night cream because this is just what I use day, night, whenever. And I don't know, I feel like it's good, but I feel like my skin personally needs something that's even more intensely hydrating. So if anybody has any recommendations, let me know. I just kind of like tap it, like pat it into my skin. So I just put that on and that's really it. I don't have too crazy of skincare routines. So that's the skincare. I'm gonna brush my teeth and then I also want to put on my press-on nails. But that's nice because it takes maybe 10 minutes, so it's really easy. I just do it right before I go to bed after I've already done all my skincare, brushing my teeth. Oh, I forgot also my new vlog in Italian came out. So I wanted to check how that's doing. Because I haven't posted a vlog in Italian in a long time on my other channel. If you haven't seen my vlogs in Italian, I have another channel where I post videos in Italian, so you should go check that out. It's basically like the vlogs I make on here, but just in Italian, so you get to hear me speaking Italian. If you speak English and not Italian, you can still understand because I put the English subtitles, so go check out my other channel and my new video.